Hello, I'm Jeremy Beren, a former journalist at Market English and the site editor for IntoTheCalderon.com, the SB Nation home for Atletico de Madrid content in the English language. I used to host the Colt Gennaro Chat podcast. That's where some of you may know me from. More than 260 episodes worth between 2016 and 2025. But today, I am just so thrilled to announce that I'm starting a brand new venture centered on a podcast we're calling That Atleti Podcast. I will be co-hosting this show with a fellow Atleti fan, journalist, and podcaster on the ground in Madrid. His name is Ricky Menendez, and you're going to meet him later this week. So why am I doing this? Why am I doing this now, and what can you expect from us? We can start with that first one. Why am I doing this? But I prefer to go back just a little bit further, offer some background on myself if you're not familiar with me or with my work. I am an American citizen, born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona. I am a proud Arizona State alum, graduated from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. So I have a background in journalism in general and sports journalism specifically. I live currently in Fayetteville, Arkansas, Razorback country. SEC football just means more. That's what they tell me. I began supporting Atletico in January 2013. I was 18 years old, didn't know much about La Liga, really about football in general. I grew up watching sports, but American sports, right? So a lot of baseball, a lot of basketball, NFL, even hockey. Those sports may or may not come up in discussions on this show because I still watch them and love them. But what really changed things for me was one game, one match that convinced me. It was a highlights package on YouTube of a game at the Vicente Calderon in December of 2012 between Atletico and Deportivo La Coruña. It was the game Radamel Falcao scored 5 times. And I'd never seen anything like it. Like I knew who Lionel Messi was. I knew who Cristiano Ronaldo was. I knew the major teams and the major players in the Premier League. But something about this, about Falcao, about the Calderon, about Atletico's shirt, Atletico's crest, it awoke something within me. I knew what I had to do. That display, in essence, convinced me to follow this club. And it kicked off this obsession and this love that has only grown for the club ever since. So thanks, Radamel. I have been online at Into the Calderon and primarily running the site since September 2015. I've had the pleasure and the privilege to cover Atletico matches as a member of the media on either side of the Atlantic. I was on site for Marca English during the La Liga Summer Series in San Francisco in 2023. And the first time I went to the Metropolitano was to represent Into the Calderon as credentialed media when Atletico played Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League group stage in 2022. Those of you who do know a little bit more about me and follow me on social media, specifically on Blue Sky, my profile photo on Blue Sky is a selfie in which I am reacting to Yannick Carrasco's penalty miss in the 99th minute of that game. Fun times. Throughout the years covering, watching, observing, writing about Atletico, from my perch at Into the Calderon, so to speak, we've built what I think is an amazing community. And it's mirrored the growth of the club over these past 10, nearly 15 years. We have a small but dedicated staff that has grown just in the past year. In terms of site traffic, this has been Into the Calderon's best season ever, which is so exciting. But I think now, as we approach our 10th anniversary online, the time has come to expand said community. After all, it's been a pretty exciting season at Atletico. The club spent a lot of money last summer, brought in Julian Alvarez, for example, a new franchise player, and Los Rojiblancos were in the fight for La Liga for several months. I mean, sure, we were knocked out of 2 cup competitions in heartbreaking fashion by our 2 biggest rivals, but with Alvarez and Cholo Simeone, who's been here just forever, by modern standards, with one of the most passionate fan bases worldwide, there's no shortage of topics to discuss, conversations to have, jokes to fire off, hopefully a few at the expense of Real Madrid and Barcelona. That Atleti podcast will be a weekly thing. We ask for 45 minutes of your time for the podcast, give or take. We are planning to have several exciting guests, both fans and journalists, both to kick off our show with our first episode and in the episodes to come. By the way, our first episode is coming at you this week. So excited for that. More details coming in just a moment here. This part, though, I want to emphasize this. This is really important to me. We want this to be a program and a channel that is entertaining and informative. Absolutely. But we also want it to be a place and a community that unites Atleti fans. I want this to be something of a port of call for Atleti fans, especially in English. After all, we can acknowledge that interest in Atletico in English-speaking nations, it's a bit of a niche interest, right? It's time that we have a show and a community that reflects what it is like to support Atlético de Madrid. The highs, the lows. There's never a dull moment here. Truly. It's never ending. We want that Atleti podcast to be a one-stop shop. We will be analyzing each match as it comes. We want to engage in tactical breakdowns from time to time, analyzing transfers and transfer rumors when applicable. We want to explain how the club is run, matters around the club, in the club, at boardroom level, for example. We want to dive into a bit of club history here and there, too. That's what you can anticipate from us. We want to run the gamut. You can expect a fresh episode of that Atleti podcast to hit your preferred platform every Friday. Our first episode, though, will be published this Saturday, April 26th, in conjunction with the club's 122nd anniversary. We're going to chat about and recap Thursday's game in La Liga against Rayo Vallecano, maybe get into some debates with our guests, but just generally have some fun in relation to this roller coaster ride that is supporting and watching and loving Atlético de Madrid. We are recording and producing episodes in conjunction with the TalkSport Fan Network. Very excited to join one of the world's best-known radio stations on this adventure. You will be able to subscribe to our show, again, wherever you get your podcasts. You can subscribe to view the video feed of this program right here on my YouTube channel. You can follow us on Twitter at Beren. You can follow Ricky at RickyAM, at It's the Calderon. Like us on Facebook at It's the Calderon. Follow us on Instagram at That Atleti Podcast and on TikTok at That Atleti Podcast. We will be posting episode clips and newsworthy items on each of those platforms, so please make sure you're following so you can stay in the loop. In the coming weeks, I will be announcing where you can find bonus content if you really like the show and want to keep listening / supporting us. But in the meantime, I'd greatly appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. YouTube goes crazy for that stuff. I just want to thank you all for being here on this journey. I'm really excited to get started, and I hope you enjoy listening and watching as much as I am going to enjoy bringing it to you. We'll see you on Saturday. Alpa Atleti. Adios.